You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. And wow, this Brian Flores lawsuit may have much more serious implications beyond just problems involving interviews and things of that sort. When he dropped the nugget out there that Stephen Ross offered him $100K to lose games for the Miami Dolphins, this could have activated something completely different. And believe it or not, it could end up with Stephen Ross and or Jimmy Haslam, because Hugh Jackson has come out and indicated that something similar happened in Cleveland. This could have activated something called the Sports Bribery Act. And believe it or not, that can possibly come with handcuffs. That's right. Now, it's hard to believe that billionaires might end up in handcuffs over something like this. But one angle we have not thought about in this, okay, outside of all the racial BS that Brian Flores has brought up, is the NFL is trying to, and this is where you run into problems, NFL. The NFL is trying to, and they are highly involved now, get involved with gambling, sports gambling. And now you may have a situation where theoretically owners were paying bonuses to coaches to lose as your league is trying to get legitimately involved with gambling. Yikes. That's just a side note to what we're about to talk about. Because Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, he's a lawyer. Okay, so he started doing his lawyer stuff. You know, for all the shit that I give Mike Florio, when it comes to stuff like this, I like to get to his articles because he can really break down the legal side of this stuff. And it's good. It's good. So let's get to this. This is a potential bombshell, actually. Stephen Ross, Jimmy Haslam could be prosecuted for violating the Sports Bribery Act as we continue to get our arms around the far-reaching and even possibly far-fetching, Florio, implications of the landmark lawsuit filed against the NFL and multiple teams on Tuesday by former Dolphins coach Brian Flores. It's possible that some risk could end up encased in handcuffs. While appearing on Dan Abrams' Sirius XM POTUS 112.4 or 124 show earlier in the hour, we discussed the possibility of a prosecutor convening a grand jury on the specific question of whether Dolphins owner Stephen Ross or Browns owner Jimmy Haslam bribed coaches and or others to deliberately lose football games. Wow. This is the one part of the lawsuit that could get very ugly, because we got to remember, even if he's full of total shit on the racial side, this could have possibly happened. And if it did, it's going to be a massive black eye on the NFL. This could be a massive scandal. A massive scandal. This is the kind of thing that could ruin the league. It truly is. Flores has accused Ross of offering $100,000 per loss. Former Browns coach Hugh Jackson has suggested that Haslam did something similar. The Sports Bribery Act criminalizes such conduct. Under 18 U.S.C. 124, whoever carries into effect, attempts to carry into effect, or conspires with any other person to carry into effect any scheme in commence to influence in any way by bribery any sporting contest with knowledge of the purpose of such scheme is to influence by bribery that contest shall be fined under title or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both. Now, of course, there's all kinds of things like probation, time served, etc., etc., etc. that can come into this. And based on the language of the statute, it doesn't matter whether the offer is accepted. Liability arises if the person, quote, carries into effect the scheme or attempts to carry into effect the bribe. The mere offer of $100K to Flores without more would constitute a violation by Ross. As to the Browns' acceptance of the inducement and acting on it would potentially extend criminal responsibility beyond Haslam. In other words, these coaches, Jackson and Flores, could have left themselves in a bind themselves. Jackson, if acted on the offers and received those payments, would be potentially in trouble as well. I believe Flores is like, no, I didn't do it, but this is getting deeper and deeper. Whether anything happens with this angle of the controversy remains to be seen, but federal prosecutors have broad discretion as to cases they will bring or not bring. Flores and Jackson have said more than enough to get someone's attention, and that could be more than enough to get someone indicted sooner or later. Wow. That is absolutely bonkers. But again, Roger Goodell and the other owners are sitting back going, we're trying to get involved with BetMGM, Caesars, FanDuel, DraftKings. It's all over the place. And because they're legalizing betting across the country, your biggest sports platform networks that are coming are going to be from these betting entities. Believe it or not, ESPN's going to look up, and their main competition is going to be Caesar Sports Network. That's right. That's going to be a thing. And you know why it's going to be a thing? Because they're going to be able to get the best analysts that money or anything else can buy. Okay? Oh, Peyton, you don't want to pay Peyton Manning $18 million? We'll pay him $25. Case closed. Why? There's a reason they've got all those big-ass buildings out in Las Vegas. The house wins. And now you've got something like this where you got potential owners that potentially bribed coaches to lose football games in the very year that the NFL started pushing all this. A lot of angles. And this isn't even talking about the gambling side. That's something I'm bringing up. The validity of games and outcomes are now in question. Interesting. This is potential scandal shit that could really, really be the skid mark in the underwear of the NFL. And I shit you not. Okay, even if Brian Flores and all of his racial crap is debunked completely, this is something that could be true in that, and it's going to bring about an investigation by somebody. Whoa, good luck, Goodell, on this. I know there's more than a few of you that are hoping the NFL gets brought down. They won't get brought down over this, but they damn sure get a mark on the side of the armor. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.